Hello everyone, Davening with the Haftorah of Parshat Pekudei, dedicated to the memory of Lucy Maya and Rina D. And I would like to add one more person this week, and that is Fishel David ben Alexander Ziskind, Frank Medjuk Zichrono Livracha, who was the head of the search committee in Halifax that brought me to the city way back when, and was the first person in my life that actually referred to me as Rabbi Grunstein. I miss him greatly. His yahrzeit was yesterday, and after going to his kever yesterday, I thought it would be appropriate to dedicate this particular podcast in his loving memory. So Parshat Pekudei's Haftorah talks about exactly what the Parsha talks about. Just like in the Parsha, the Mishkan was finally built, in the Haftorah, the first Beis HaMikdash was built. And there's a pasuk in there in which Shlomo says in front of all the Jewish people at the dedication that from the time that God took out the Jews from Mitzrayim, there wasn't a house of God until today. A few weeks ago, we read it took 480 years until that happened. And I believe there's a message here for us as we continue, unfortunately, through this very long war. God gave us many promises. And thank God in our generation, we saw endless promises fulfilled. But it does take time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something in which you snap a finger and boom, it's there. Promises are fulfilled, but they take a lot of time. And we have to have patience in order to see them through. Sometimes it's premature to fulfill a promise right away. That's probably why the Gemara says that God will bring the final redemption, but the pasuk seems to contradict itself. It says, Bi'ita achishena, at its right time, I will make it come fast. So the Gemara says, indeed, there's a time for redemption, but if the Jewish people are going to be so low, if things are going to be so terrible, God will speed it up. Namely, it could be bi'ita at time, or it could be achishena. God will speed it up. We all want to see the end of this war. We all want to see the end of fighting and people back in their homes as they should be. But until that happens, we have to have the same patience that the Jewish people had until the first Beis HaMikdash was built. They indeed had to make do with a very clumsy, I would even say extremely temporary Mishkan for many years. And even that didn't last too long once they got into Israel, until the time of Shlomo, where he could say, Baruch Hashem, it has been fulfilled. I hope and pray that as this war goes on, we will develop the character trait of patience. And if we do, Be'ezrat Hashem, we will see promises fulfilled as well. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom and Besorah Tovot.